Hello, this is Eric from labofcoding.com. In this video, we look at a powerful concept in Python known as list comprehension. List comprehension can be used to cleanly generate new lists from other lists. So say for example, we have a list of numbers and we want to generate another list of numbers which is the squared version of each element in our current list. So we could do that. We could create a new list, let's call it squared. And then we could loop through our numbers list, for we will say num in numbers. Then we could say squared, the squared list dot append, and we'll append the squared value. In this case, it will be num times num. And then we could print squared, which will have now the squared values. So we can save that one, and in the terminal we can run that one using Python 3 main.py. So if we run, if you see that we have generated the new list squared, which has the elements in our current in the numbers list squared. However, you can use list comprehension to cleanly and concisely do this instead of using the for loop this way. So the list comprehension, the general syntax is an expression which will be used for each item in the list. So it will be an expression and for each item in the list. So we could have easily said, instead of that we could say list is equal to, and then we'll start with the expression, and our expression we want to generate the squared value. So we could say num times num, and then for, because we've called the item num, we will say for num in numbers. And we can save that one, and if we run that one, we find that we are still getting the same value, but now it's more clean. Again, the list comprehension can have a conditional at the end. You can have an if statement which will be used for each item. So let's say for example you want to only generate the squares for numbers which are even in our numbers list. So at the end of our list comprehension we could add an if statement and say if num, and to check if the number is an even number we could use the modulus operator, modulus 2, and if the result is 0, the remainder is 0, it means that that number is 0. So in this case, in the list comprehension, for each item we will pass it to this conditional, and if that item or if that number is an even number, if this evaluates to true, its result will be appended in that square list. Otherwise, if this one results to false, its result will not be added in the output of our squared list. So we could save that one, and if we run again, we can see that we now only have the squared values of the even numbers only. And not only list comprehension, you can also have dict comprehension. So say for example you want to have a squared dictionary. Let's say this is squared dict. So we can use the dict comprehension which will follow the same expression. So in this case, let's say in our dictionary you want each element to be the key and its squared value, its squared result to be the value of each element in the dictionary. So we could say for num, so in this case the num will be the key, and then the value you want to be then the squared value of that number, and then we could say for num in our numbers list. So we can save that one, and then we can print the squared dict. So we can save that one, and if we run that one, we can see that we have a dictionary, and each key is the number in our numbers list, and its value is the squared value. And you can also have set comprehension and generate sets using the same syntax that we're using here. So that's it for this video. We'll pick it from here. Thanks for watching.